The HCEF Know Thy Heritage program aims to empower Palestinian youth in the diaspora by strengthening their knowledge of their Palestinian identity, culture, history, and traditions.
Being here, I feel like I've reconnected with my ancestors and the past, but now I know my roots and I know where I'm from.
Explore and Live Palestine provides them with the necessary tools and skills to remain in continuous connection with their roots, heritage, and homeland.
Coming back home, I don't even know how to describe it. It's enjoying it. All my delegates, some are crying, some are excited about it, some are... I'm speechless.
I am from Honduras and my heart is Palestinian. I'm originally from Bejala. My family is from here. And it is a blessing to be a part of this trip and to be coming home. You always wonder how was your family, where did they come from? And usually you get that connection from your family around you. This particular town, my grandfather was from this town and I didn't know him because he died really early. So it's a blessing to be here. And I go on the streets and I see things with his name or last name, and you see people that know his family. That's a real blessing. And then to come to the house of relatives that are not directly your relatives but that care for you in that same way, that's amazing. That's an amazing feeling.
KTH was an eye-opening and life-changing experience for these young men and women.
With all of the places that we've been able to go to, we've been getting minimal amount of sleep. Yet our bodies have accommodated this because we have all this adrenaline running through us from all of the amazing and exhilarating sites that we've visited. And whether it was Jerusalem or Khalil, Hebron, which is my hometown, it's just opens up all these new doors, really knowing our heritage. It's not necessarily always the sites, but it's just about meeting the people.
But honestly, when you come here, you feel that you never belong to that place, that you always belonged here. So it's a very interesting feeling, it's a new feeling, and when you are here, you feel that you really belong to a place. When I am in Colombia, I feel there's something missing. I'm always looking for something, and when I come here, I feel that I find myself, that I found everything I was looking for. And I tell them that try to come, make all your best, and when you come here, you would want to stay forever because it's the most beautiful land in all the world.
Creating relationships, awareness, reaching out to the diaspora. It requires to go and visit all these communities and create relationships built over time and a lot of investment. And believe me, it's an eye-opener for you to come on this trip.
I think a program like KTH Know Thy Heritage gives the opportunity for young Palestinians and young professionals to engage with Palestine and to learn more about Palestine and what it has to offer from various aspects, whether it's cultural, heritage, business, economy. Those young people will go back and talk about Palestine, and I think will start thinking about how to engage with Palestine, and hopefully they'll be able to engage on trade, investment, and other aspects. So ultimately that will help the Palestinian economy.
Oh, I think this factory is a very good start. As you know, in cities, any city regardless, we need good industry, we need economic development. This factory provides that within Palestine. It gives Palestinians jobs, it creates a Palestinian product, a product that we can market not only in Palestine but all over the world as well. So it's important to have these types of industries, especially with Palestinians, owned by Palestinians, run by Palestinians.
HCEF has done a great job in organizing events, from speakers to the parties, the sahariat that we've had, the restaurants we've been to the historical sites we've visited. I think they pretty much covered everything, even with our homestays where we stayed with local families. They pretty much touched base on everything that is Palestine.
It's beautiful to see Palestinian youth in the diaspora reunited with the Palestinian youth in their homeland. Our conference is the introduction to continuous conferences for all Palestinian youth in the diaspora.
I think it's good for us to have these Palestinians from the diaspora to come over here to see our suffering and to act as ambassadors in all countries in which they live, so to reflect what is happening here in their countries. I think the passion among all peoples in all countries is positive towards us, and we want to reinforce this actually, and this can happen through such exchanges and visit. Actually, such a program is very beneficiary for both sides, for us and for our diaspora. And indeed, actually, this is one of our major goals that the government adopts such a program.
You're networking, you're mobilizing not just here, but also everywhere. We need the skills, the expertise, the youth, the experience of Palestinians, wherever they are.
The exciting thing for me is that I see a lot of women. It is very encouraging, actually. It is extremely encouraging. We're all Palestinians, however, we have separate spaces. Coming together here is ideal so that we can share, because you have the luxury of being in a different place away from the conflict, yet you're connected to it because your parents and your families have lived this.
They are anxious to find ways how they can get back to Palestine.
I would love to come back and live permanently, or at least buy a house here, show my children how life is here.
As a health professional, I probably want to come back working in Gaza and actually help the children there.
I have more credibility now to share my experiences, to educate people about what's happening here.
There aren't enough words in the dictionary to explain it. You walk in and you feel the presence of something miraculous. Not only was Jesus born there, but history has come with it, and people from all over the world come to see it, and you can see in their hearts as well that something amazing happened.
I was lucky enough to stay with one family. They were so hospitable. We got up the next morning. She was baking fresh bread in the oven outside. They really made us feel like we were at home.
Best experience was whenever me and my brother and sister met my uncle for the first time, my dad's brother, that we had never met before. Just seeing the look on his face and seeing the tears and everything like that, it was an experience that words can't explain, honestly. It was one of the best feelings of my life to actually meet somebody that I've known about my whole life, but I'd never actually met and only talked on the phone.
So yes, I will be going back and definitely working for Palestine in the way that I can contribute. It's a big problem, but if you take it as a big issue and you try and fix everything, you will fail. You will not enjoy the experience. But if you just do your little part for the big problem, I think you will be successful.
This is the rest of all the biggest, of course, uncle. Yeah, I know. If you ask me for Jalil, this is my aunt Laila. Your grandfather is my cousin. Yeah. Good, you speak English. Very good. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry. I need to learn Arabic. My wife.
أنا من هناك، أنا من هنا ولست هناك ولست هنا. لي لغة إنجليزية للكتابة ضيعة المفردات، ولي لغة من حوار السماء مع القدس فضية النبر لكنها لا تطيع مخيلتي. إن الهوية بنت الولادة، لكنها في النهاية إبداع صاحبها لا وراثة ماض. لو لم أكن من هناك لدربت قلبي على أن يربي هناك غزال الكناية. فاحمل بلادك أن ذهبت وكن نرجسيا إذا لزم الأمر. أنا اثنان في واحد كجناحي سنونوة. إن تأخر فصل الربيع اكتفيت بنقل البشارة.
It's supposed to be a joke, guys.
She's like dragging you around like you really are.
That would be in all the videos forever.
You know, 22% only of West.